Hello, my name is Urania Artigas. I'm an intern at the Prince Mohammad bin Fahd program in the College of Sciences here at the University of Central Florida. Today I'm joined by Liv Suna, president of Students Organized for Syria. Liv is motivated to serve the people of Syria and spread awareness about their current situation. Liv, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
First, I would like to ask you for a brief overview of Students Organized for Syria, their organization's mission, and what they do here at UCF.
So, Students Organized for Syria is a national chapter. We have a local chapter here at UCF. We are a non-political, non-religious organization. We are actually a 501c3. So we just seek to help the refugees in any way we can, whether it be through money, clothing, or time. In the past, we have donated over 300 boxes of clothing donations and sent them overseas to refugee camps in Jordan. We have also done a clothing drive in the past that was a part of that. We just recently did that, actually, and we sent them to refugee families in the Aisha Center.
So is any student free to join this organization?
Yes, absolutely. If you want, you can pay dues, but however, you don't have to. It's just for the t-shirts. We have meeting times bi-weekly on Tuesdays at 3 p.m., we also do tabling on Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 to 2. If you don't see us out there, generally look on our Facebook because we will be tabling out there eventually. We only open it up to students at this time. However, anyone is welcome to join our meetings.
Thank you. So what can a student who may be limited on resources do to help your initiative and Students Organized for Syria and any Syrians that we may have here in Central Florida?
So we have a running petition. It's called Books Not Bombs, and we have done this petition for the past 3 years. We're trying to get a Syrian refugee a scholarship here at University of Central Florida. We expect to have at least 10 scholarships to be able to give out with the number of students we have here. However, at this point, we have been denied by SGA in the past. So at this point, we have 1,700 signatures. We were denied at 1,000, so we're hoping to get more in order to be able to do this for the Syrian refugees.
So if I wanted to sign this petition, where would I do so?
You would sign it at books-not-bombs.com/UCF. That's where you would go. If you are a Florida resident, you're able to sign. If you're a UCF student, faculty, alumni, you're able to sign. However, this petition is not open up to any non-Florida resident. However, there are many other schools that are doing this, that are doing the Books Not Bombs program. So if you're not a Florida resident, you may be able to sign a petition elsewhere. The University of Michigan State, I believe, was able to get this passed.
Wow, that's incredible. So would you be posting this link on your website? So it'll be able to be accessed to anyone who visits your website?
Absolutely. We post it on Facebook from time to time to make sure that people are still aware of it. We also pass out petition sheets for those who want to collect petition signatures for us. We have an ongoing little challenge among our members to try to see who can get the most signatures.
Wow, that's incredible. So I know that you mentioned monetary donations and clothing. What does the organization most need of? And where would you be able to drop these things off?
So we are at this point the most need of digitally used children's clothing, because a lot of these Syrian refugee families that have relocated to Florida have large families and with many children. And unfortunately, when we ask for clothing drives, most of the time what we get back is just your clothes. And that's great. We love that because it still gives us the opportunity to be able to give those clothes. But most of these families do need children's clothing. So we usually ask for that. In terms of monetary donations, all of the donations will be donated to a large Syrian charity at the end of the semester. So that's where your money is going towards. We will tell you ahead of time on Facebook when we have decided. Also, when you are dropping off clothing donations or monetary donations, you can either contact us through Facebook and we'll arrange a meeting time, or you can meet us at our tabling times on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Well, I do understand that, we are students and some of us really don't have the resources to donate, but we can donate our time. So is there any way to donate your time if someone or a student was interested?
Absolutely. We will actually be starting up tutoring next semester between Syrian families and us. So if you don't know Arabic, it's okay. Most of the time, the refugee children who don't speak English need to be forced into the environment where they are forced to speak English. So if you only speak English, it's okay. We'll pair you most likely with an Arabic-speaking student in Students Organized for Syria. However, it's really helpful to be able to immerse the children in this language when they're going to school and trying to learn things in this language and don't understand. And they have parents, too, who don't necessarily know English. So already they're at home, they're just speaking Arabic. And it's good. It's good for them to retain their native language. However, when you are faced with going to school and trying to learn and being able to get into college as an end goal, it's difficult.
Yeah, you're completely right. So would you be posting this anywhere? Where would you sign up to be a tutor?
So you would most likely go to our meeting and we would have you paired with a person there. However, if you're not able to, we'll definitely put out an interest form on our Facebook page. That way you are aware. We'll schedule transportation, so we'll have carpooling, so not everyone's taking their cars at once and parking them in some random refugee family's driveway. However, it is very difficult for us to get in contact with these refugee families, as most of the time they don't want to be known simply because of the stringent laws here regarding immigration. So we've had issues in contacting in the past, so just definitely stay tuned to our Facebook.
Okay, so are there any other events going on?
Yes, we actually have a Thanksgiving canned food drive that we're doing right now. Fatiha from the Aisha Center said that a lot of the refugee families want to celebrate Thanksgiving, want to know more about it, but don't have the food for it. As of right now, there are about 30 families with about roughly 5 to 6 children each that would like to participate in Thanksgiving. So we decided to do this Thanksgiving canned food drive, which takes place at our tabling, at our meetings, and if you want to set up a special time to meet with us on Facebook. At this point, we're currently just taking non-perishables that are related to Thanksgiving. However, we are also trying to raise money for turkeys because that's a big thing. That's a perishable item that we can't take at tabling. So we have a donation page that's currently up on Facebook. So if you are willing to donate, then we do need quite a few turkeys to be able to feed everyone.
Okay, so let's say a student would like to donate a perishable item. Would you want them to donate closer to the date, or how would you go about that?
If they wanted to donate a perishable item, I would suggest getting them in contact with Fatiha from the Aisha Center, simply because she would know best where to store it, and she would be able to distribute it to the refugees easier than we would, especially considering that we're going to have quite a few canned donations and everything.
You did mention canned donations. So what kind of canned food would you be looking for?
So we're looking for cream of mushroom soup, green beans, things like that. Anything that you think is related to Thanksgiving, we need. Additional non-perishables are great as well because refugee families can use any help they can get. However, we are trying to make sure that it is related to Thanksgiving so they can get a better picture of what it looks like so they can continue the culture and continue the tradition amongst their own family.
Okay, so what do you find to be the most challenging aspect as far as participation is concerned?
So, unfortunately, many people have forgotten that the Syrian war still exists. We had an increase in knowledge around 2011 to 2013 when the war was first starting out. However, many people kind of thought it ended after that, and it's difficult to convince them otherwise sometimes because people unfortunately choose to remain ignorant a lot of the time. And these Syrian children and Syrian parents, they are very much trying to seek the best future for themselves. But it's difficult when millions are displaced. It's difficult when people are having to go to different countries where they don't know the language necessarily, or they don't have the resources. Myself, I'm half Jordanian, and Jordan has taken in probably 1 million refugees at this point. However, Jordan is a tiny landlocked country, smaller than Texas, and we don't have the water resources, we don't have the shelter resources to be able to perfectly accommodate these refugees. We're trying to the best of our ability. However, it's not to the standards that they need. So we ask that the United States brings in more. However, with the stringent laws that are currently in place, it's difficult to get past the small quotas for the refugees. And unfortunately, that leaves the burden on a lot of other countries that are hurting. So we have an issue because students don't realize the magnitude of this problem. Those that do, those that we explain to in tabling, a lot of them do end up coming to our meetings. However, most don't tend to stick around. And we've had that problem for many years now because people have been flux with their attendance. And this is a very important issue. It's something that needs to be faced. And we need to confront it in any way we can, even on a local level, because even though we think we may not make much of a difference worldwide, we can. It's just on a smaller level locally. Because there are Syrian refugees here. There's an organization called FRRC, that's Floridians Responding to Refugee Committee, and they deal primarily with these refugees, with other refugees as well, but primarily with Syrian refugees. And they are constantly asking for clothing donations, mattress donations, anything that can help them when they are journeying to the United States and trying to settle here. Because it's difficult being in a country you don't know. It really is.
I can imagine. So what inspired you to really be passionate about this Syrian refugee situation that is currently happening? Or what inspires students here in UCF to continue to help?
So I myself am half Jordanian, so for me it was a no-brainer because the countries are neighboring. And I know that the Middle East is always under crisis mode. And so I wanted to be able to help because I feel like it could happen to my country. It could happen to any country, but it could happen to my country too. And it's sad to me that many people are not helping still, and that we have such stringent immigration laws that stop us from being able to help in the way that we want to. So when I joined Students Organized for Syria, at first I was told that it was a community of Arabs helping, which was great. However, we need more than just the Arabs helping. And so over time, we've slowly gathered more and more people who are not Arab necessarily, but still care. And to me, that means a lot because when I joined, it wasn't that way. It was just us Arabs trying to make any difference that we possibly could. And we have Syrian people in our organization that help. And so we don't like to confront them about the situation because we know that for them it's a danger to their families back at home to be able to talk about it. However, we think that by helping, we're hoping to help them as well. And these are people in our organization. So to us, it's very scary to know that people we know are being affected. And I think more people need to meet Syrian people in order to understand the magnitude of the issue. Because obviously, we don't have that many people backing us right now. However, we're hoping to get more, and we're always continuing to strive to get more people. We actually have a national conference that's going on this weekend in Chicago, and there we're going to meet with other chapters to strategize and see how we can really mobilize the United States in this. And we're actually going to have White Helmets. It's one of the organizations that is on the ground trying to help Syrian refugees as soon as airstrikes hit. And these people are going to speak at the gala. We're also going to have several Syrian refugees there. We're going to have probably Rasha Mubarak, head of FRRC. If not, we're going to have a lot of the Books Not Bombs organizers. And it's a very important movement to be able to give a Syrian refugee a scholarship at a university. So we're trying to make it global if possible. And these Syrian refugees, they really do see these scholarships because there is a database for them to be able to browse scholarships. And if they can't get a full scholarship, a small scholarship still helps. It still can pay for books. It still can pay for part of housing. So we ask that our local universities do seek to help, do seek to institute scholarships instead of just letting scholarship funds rotate yearly on a fiscal year basis, because that's all they're doing. They're just sitting there, those funds, and they can be going towards a greater cause. They really can.
So I want to talk a little bit about Books Not Bombs and what we're doing here in UCF to try to get 10 scholarships, correct? Yes. So what is the cutoff date that you'd want all the signatures by, or what goal are we aiming for here to possibly achieve this?
We're really aiming to start petitioning SGA about this in the spring. It's going to be difficult because we've been turned down in the past, and the reason we've been turned down in the past is that SGA wanted to get at least 10% of the student population, and that's a lot. That's 6,000 people. And over 60,000 student population, we expect to be able to get 10 scholarships. However, that's a hopeful guess. We really expect only one, but given the magnitude of our student population, 10 is not a lot. It really isn't, especially if it's only partial scholarships. So we want to get this done by the spring. We've had our goals set in mind for a while to get this done by this spring, and we think that it's achievable. We just need more backing. We need more people getting those signatures, and we need more people helping us with tabling, because if you can get 2 people sitting at a table and then even just one person going around the student union just trying to get those petition signatures, that helps. That's a huge help. We've had success with the Muslim Student Association here at UCF. They have actually taken our petition signatures and run off with them and come back with them completely full, and we thank them for that because that's a huge help. But we want to see more people trying to do that because it's such an easy way to help. It really is. You don't have to do much. Even if you take a petition signature page to your class and ask them to fill it out, that's still a help. And so we hope that students would try to help in this way more often in the future, because we only have until the end of the semester to finish our signatures so that we can start petitioning SGA about it. So that's not a lot of time, but we think we can do it.
Wow, that's incredible. So would I be able to find the sign-up sheet to take with me, let's say, to class? Would I be able to find that on your Facebook page? How can I go about that to get those signatures if I was interested?
Currently, no. However, we are considering posting it on our Facebook page in order to do so. We have those petition signature pages at our tabling. So if you stop by our tabling, you're free to do that. Again, it's Mondays and Wednesdays from 11 to 2. So if you stop by our tabling and ask for one, we'll definitely give it to you, as long as you have it back to us so that we can input the signatures, or you can go on the website and input those signatures yourself.
Thank you. That's great information to have, and it's a fairly small way to make a very big difference.
Mm-hmm. It is.
So I want to end with asking you a question. If you could tell students here at UCF anything in regards to your organization or this current situation, what would it be?
Come out and support us. We don't have many people coming to our meetings regularly, even though we have quite a few who help outside of that. But if you come to our meetings, you'll learn a little bit more about how you can help. And that's always big because we always announce our events, we always announce our upcoming donations. You get a say in what charities we pick when we're donating to. And it's just a really good way to get more involved and be more aware. So if you come out to our meetings, be sure to talk to one of us, because we can give you more information, even more than what we're displaying in our meetings. And we love it when people come to us and are interested in helping. We really do. But we do need more people to come out to our meetings to support us in order to be able to continue this and to thrive as an organization, as a local organization, in fact.
Liv, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for being here. That was Liv Suna, the president of the Students Organized for Syria at the University of Central Florida. For the Prince Mohammed bin Fahd program, this is Urania Artigas. Thank you for listening.